Amidst the chaos of Iwo Jima's invasion, the USS Texas loomed at the forefront. Enever Limerick and his crew, positioned perilously close to the landing beach, found themselves gripping their guns. Hearts pounded, adrenaline surged as they unleashed a thunderous bombardment. The 14-inch guns roared, leaving the coral and sand in a state of unimaginable destruction. Nothing, it seemed, could withstand such fury. But as the deafening cacophony faded, revealing the approaching landing craft, a chilling sight emerged. Undeterred by the onslaught, Japanese tanks materialized from the hillsides, a ghost army untouched by America's most potent weapons. The fight, they realized, was far from over. Years before, on a frigid March day in 1914, a behemoth was born. Christened at the Norfolk Navy Yard, battleship Texas emerged from the icy shroud. Captain Albert Grant, wasting no time on formalities, delivered a brisk 5-minute speech, much to the relief of his audience. Yet, behind the brevity resided an awe-inspiring reality, the birth of a naval legend. A behemoth armed to the teeth, battleship Texas boasted 10 14-inch guns, the world's largest at the time. Each could hurl a 1,400-pound shell packed with explosive fury over 12 miles, raw firepower unseen before. Born amidst the Mexican Revolution, Texas arrived just as headlines blazed with border skirmishes and American battleships poised off Mexican shores. The Tampico affair ignited a diplomatic inferno, culminating in the 1914 invasion of Veracruz. May saw Texas's first foreign deployment, her presence symbolizing American might in occupied Veracruz. Later that year, Texas made a pilgrimage to her namesake state, receiving a silver service from the retired 1895 battleship Texas, a link to her past. An onboard ceremony bestowed her own silver service, solidifying her place in history. A grounding incident near Block Island in 1917 challenged Texas. Yet, her crew's tireless efforts and the rallying cry, "Come on, Texas," from passing ships became her motto. Undeterred, Texas crossed the Atlantic in 1918, joining the Grand Fleet. On November 21st, she achieved the unthinkable, witnessing the German High Seas Fleet surrender without firing a single shot, securing history's largest naval victory. In 1919, Texas soared into history by launching a Sopwith Camel biplane from a daring ramp on Turret No. 2, pioneering naval aviation. Modernization followed through the 1920s, thanks to the Washington Naval Treaty. Tripods sprouted, oil replaced coal, torpedo blisters bulged, and Turret No. 3 sported a catapult for even bolder takeoffs. Anti-aircraft defenses bristled with machine guns by 1935, and in 1939, alongside her sister ship New York, Texas experimented with cutting-edge radar, peering into the future of warfare. But peace proved fleeting. Neutrality patrols in 1939 gave way to wartime escorts in the treacherous Atlantic. When Pearl Harbor erupted, Texas, already on duty, continued safeguarding vital lines until late 1942. Then came Operation Torch. On November 8, 1942, she roared back into battle, supporting the capture of Port Liaouti's crucial airfield in Morocco. 3 days of brutal fighting secured French North Africa for the Allies, a pivotal turning point. By 1944, Texas readied for an even grander operation. Her crew honed their skills as General Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander, boarded in May. His presence spoke volumes of the mission's significance. From the fantail, he addressed the crew, steeling them for what lay ahead. D-Day, June 6, 1944, forever etched in history. Battleship Texas, roaring to life, faced a pivotal mission, supporting Rangers at Pointe du Hoc and Omaha Beach. For 34 minutes, 255 thunderous shells rained on Pointe du Hoc, paving the way for the landings. Then, Texas pivoted, her guns turning to the desperate struggle at Omaha, bolstering the main assault. But the fight wasn't over. A distress call echoed. Rangers at Pointe du Hoc, battered and low on supplies. Undeterred, Texas dispatched 2 landing craft, delivering ammunition, food, water, and hope. Their return bore 35 wounded Rangers and 27 prisoners, a testament to their resilience. The fight for Cherbourg began on June 25th. As Allied forces pushed north, Texas unleashed her fury upon German artillery, silencing their guns and clearing the path to the strategic deep-water port. Yet, the enemy retaliated. A storm of near misses engulfed Texas, and then, at 1:16 p.m., disaster struck. A shell slammed into the conning tower, shattering the bridge and wounding 11. Miraculously, only 1 sailor perished, the only combat fatality in Texas's long career. The shell, thankfully, failed to detonate, perhaps skipping off the water before striking. Repaired and resolute, Texas sailed to the Mediterranean for Operation Dragoon, the invasion of southern France. While not as monumental as Normandy, the fight proved challenging nonetheless. On a hazy August dawn in 1944, the mighty battleship Texas loomed off the coast of France, aiming to silence a nest of fearsome German guns. With destroyers by her side, she blasted enemy positions with pinpoint accuracy. The next day, closer to shore, she awaited fire support calls that never arrived. As news of the German retreat spread, marking an Allied victory, Texas set sail for Sicily for crucial upgrades. Equipped with new radar and fire control, a revamped crew embarked on the vast Pacific Ocean. At Iwo Jima, a brutal reality unfolded. Anti-aircraft crews faced relentless Japanese air raids, while massive guns unleashed a devastating barrage on the shores. But amidst the destruction, relics of World War I emerged, Japanese tanks defying the bombardment, leaving sailors stunned by their enemies' tenacity. Amidst the inferno of Iwo Jima, the iconic American flag atop Mount Suribachi stood defiant, a beacon of hope witnessed by the crew of the aptly named battleship Texas. Transformed into a floating fortress bristling with anti-aircraft teeth, 3-inch guns, Bofors cannons, and Oerlikon cannons, Texas became a daunting target for any kamikaze pilot. For 50 grueling days, Okinawa became a crucible. Texas unleashed a relentless storm of 6,000 rounds, yet emerged miraculously unscathed despite the relentless rain of Japanese planes. The crew, under the ironclad leadership of Captain Baker, endured a record-breaking stint at battle stations, their frustrations simmering at the lack of reprieve. As Ralph Fletcher remembered, they questioned Captain Baker's seemingly cruel orders, unaware that nearby ships like the Tennessee hung precariously close. Then, at dawn, whispers of a new threat spread, a tension thicker than the smoke that choked the sky. The final kamikaze attacks loomed. Fletcher, on the Texas, heard the Tennessee's frantic alarm. He watched in horror as sailors scrambled, like monkeys, trying to reach their stations. Then, a terrifying thud. A kamikaze had struck the Tennessee, right where Fletcher's own gun mount stood. Okinawa, his most grueling fight, became Texas' last. Captain Baker's controversial decision to keep them at battle stations proved its worth. 50 days of relentless tension, but they survived. News of victory arrived in Leyte Gulf, igniting jubilation. Flares filled the sky, and even Baker led a jovial conga line. But reality soon returned. Millions needed to come home. Texas, transformed into a beacon of hope, made 3 magic carpet voyages, carrying veterans back to families and lives they barely recognized. In 1946, she sailed to her final resting place. Decommissioned and entrusted to Texas, she became a permanent memorial at San Jacinto, the first of its kind. Today, she stands tall, a silent testament to bravery and sacrifice, preserving a crucial chapter in history. Thank you for watching.